Hey, how's it going? Apparently I'm recording an intro to a video under an umbrella sitting in the rain. Remember this thing? This giant bus that I bought, and apparently I'm living in it now? Well, today we're gonna work on it some more. Over the last week or so, I've been working on a couple of things, mostly cutting a giant hole in the side of it. I don't know if you can see right there. There's a hole in the side where the lift goes. I got the idea when I was looking at newer versions of this bus, and they had a little miniature hatch on the side that the lift could slide out of, because these things were mostly designed to be operated by an attendant, but I don't have an attendant and I'm just staying in this thing by myself, so need to make some mods to make it easier to get in and out and potentially fall out of it less. I haven't done it yet, but I'd like to prevent that. So anyways, let's get to work on modifying this lift and doing a few other random things. Good morning. Check and see how many pellets are left in here. Yeah, like start doing pretty good. Usually run somewhere between a third and a half a bag every night, which I think is pretty reasonable. Okay, let's hop out of here and get the day started. As you can see here, the hole has already been cut and the lift is, well, functioning. The only problem right now is I had a little bit of an issue with, I hate using the word supply chain, but I just did. Anyways, delivery got delayed. I've got this wireless remote that I use, and right now it's not capable of stowing the lift. So once I get out and I want to close it back up, I have to reach in here and grab the wired remote and then put the thing away like this. In an ideal world, I would have waited to cut this giant hole in the side of the thing until I had all the parts needed. But I ordered them and they said they were going to be delivered same day, which didn't happen. So for now, we just have to kind of make do with that. But anyways, let's go back a few days and start at the beginning. I'll kind of show you what I did, what some of my thought process was, and what we're going to do about this giant drain that all the weather can go into. Yet another day working on the bus, in between rainstorms, of course. It's supposed to start raining here again in about 20 minutes. But what I've started working on is the hatch in this lift door. There used to be a bunch of metal down here, and I got the cutoff wheel on the grinder and we trimmed that out. This was kind of an odd piece of metal. As you can see, it's incredibly thin, and the rivets that were holding it together, I mean, you can see I drilled some of them out, but I didn't need to. Yeah, see here? I just stuck a flat blade screwdriver in there and popped that off. I think that was maybe just for shear reduction on the door or something. I don't know. Anyways, like I said in the last video, this door was not on the bus when it was built at the factory, and this hatch used to be like this, that opened up. So they kind of hacked a bunch of stuff together and made some things work, and you can see here we've got some interesting welds going on. And then we've got this little catch bar here that was welded on, and they sort of scabbed a latch in. This stuff's a little bit heavy duty or a little bit too thick to use a cutoff wheel on. Plus, cutoff wheels on grinders scare me to death. They should scare anyone that use them. It's a thing you've got to treat with respect. They can explode and ruin your day. So, I don't know. I'll probably just cut through this stuff from the inside with a Sawzall or something. Yeah, we'll make it work though. I temporarily forgot something. So, we've been working on cutting the access hatch here for the lift. One thing I forgot though when you're cutting metal on a vertical surface, always make the bottom cut first, because gravity is a thing. And as you're trying to use a Sawzall or cut off wheel or whatever, this thing's going to try and fall. So I noticed that. I got to about here. I decided to stop. This thing is going to hang down now, and the weight of that is going to bind up whatever blade or disc or whatever you're using to try and cut this. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out how exactly to recover from this. We need to go from here to there before this will come out. I think what I might do with this spaced out is cut down here or something like that, make this into a smaller piece so it doesn't weigh as much. Rookie mistake. So now I get to screw around and hopefully don't have things exploding in my face. But yeah, doesn't look like much at the moment, but we're getting there. We have finally completed, well, actually not completed, but the plan now is to, I've got a bunch of aluminum diamond plate. The plan is to make a cover that goes over this that is hinged on the bottom. Then as the lift comes out, it just pushes that little door down, and it should basically kind of go down like this or something. I don't know, we'll have to play around with it. But as you can see, the pivot point for the lift is all the way out here, so it can extend out, go up and down, and not interfere with this at all. Oh, the other thing was too, this little bridge plate right here, this thing was getting caught on this little space right here. There is, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, there's a big metal pan up in here, and these little Delron sliders were designed to slide on that. But now that we have a gap between this and the door, this thing tries to fold up and get caught in here. I looked at a few different ways of solving that. Like, just for testing purposes, I screwed some blocks of wood in there to try and keep this thing down until it gets out past this slot. But the door is about yay thick, and I wasn't able to get it to work. So I came up with a much more simple solution. This weird little bolt thing here. This is just like a 5-inch long carriage bolt. Drilled a hole, put a nut here, put some fuel line over the top, put a washer in one of these little gold things on the end. It kind of reminds me of the thing that Jeff Bezos flew into the sky recently. But yeah, since I have to fold this down anyways to put the lift in, it's pretty simple. All I have to do is pull this latch. Then as I'm folding this down, I just grab this, push it down. And as you can see, that bolt holds the plate down and we're good to go. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best. And then when you're ready to use a lift, you just grab this and you're good to go. Headed out to put my freezables back into the freezer. I guess I should probably open the door. One would think that I would potentially plan ahead or think about, well, so a few people have left comments and I've been thinking about it as well. Getting some sort of awning to put out over that door. Because inevitably, everywhere I go in Oregon or in the Northwest is going to be raining. And no matter how many gutters and things you install and try to mitigate rain from getting into things, the lift has to be out in the rain. But if we had some sort of awning that folds out, well, that would take care of it. The only thing I'm thinking about with that is potentially wind, because usually around here when it's raining it's also windy. So something to think about as time goes on, or slightly more long term. And my solar generator is supposed to be delivered sometime this afternoon, and this video was filmed over about a week or so, and I have no idea what order I'm putting anything in, but hopefully that gets delivered before it gets too late so we can take a look at it and I can put that in this video. So anyways, I still need to get some more curtains installed in here. I've got the rest of the curtains. I just haven't taken the time to put them in yet because, well, as you can see, there's kind of a buildup of stuff up here. Living in a bus while you're working in it is a little bit tricky. This is the seat we removed so I could stick that desk there temporarily. And, well, I can't get this thing out of the bus on my own. This is like 130 pounds or something, and big and awkward. So that's sitting there. I've got a cabinet that's eventually going to go on the wall. got all the assorted house plants, and which reminds me, I need to get back to work on the hand controls. I mean, have a professional install the hand controls. Pellet stove's been working great though. This thing keeps it nice and warm in here. I've got one of these little Wise cameras just peeking out up here. That's one of the battery powered ones. And that is so at night when I fire this thing up, because I like to preheat the bus for about an hour before I come out here, I can hit the switch to turn this on because, you know, obviously I had to connect my firebox to the internet. Well, not technically the internet, it's local LAN, but still. I want to make sure it actually turned on and that things aren't happening crazy. So I can look through that camera up there and make sure it actually lit, which is another bonus feature for how loud the fans are in this thing. If those fans weren't as loud as they were, I would be able to hear that it actually lit until I saw fire. But anyways, again, these things are super safe and nothing on it really gets hot. So pellet stoves, awesome. I was thinking about maybe, well, it would have been a bunch of money. They have another version of this that's really tall and it's got like a water boiler built into it, or a water heater. I was thinking that'd be cool if I could run my shower in hot water and stuff with the pellet stove, because then we don't have to worry about electric or gas or whatever. I'm not planning on putting propane in this vehicle. But to run an electric hot water heater, you obviously need a lot of, well, what's the term? A lot of angry pixies to run it. So I'm just kind of learning things as we're going on here and figuring stuff out. It may seem like it's going pretty slow, and it is, kind of, but a lot of the things I've been doing are, they take time, but they don't present themselves on video very readily or look that exciting. Apparently it's going to be later on in the week before I get this second control module. I actually got one to replace this that has output relays, or outputs for a relay board. So we're going to have two boxes here. So, because right now I can only control the up and down with this wireless remote. But you may notice that it has 4 buttons. So we can control 4 channels with this thing. So I'm going to get that extra box and put it on here, and then we'll have even more wires coming out of this thing. But those can just hang out here and we'll be good. I figured out a plan for the bed. It's not going to be right off. It's going to be a little bit longer term, but we're obviously the seats were just temporary. But essentially I'm going to build what would be similar to a captain's bed. And we're going to have storage underneath it. And then I can put up a little wall right here and another wall down there. And we'll have our own little, like, sleeping area. Maybe I could even get fancy and put curtains that pull across and make a little heated cubicle. Alright, anyways, the lift's getting wet. I'm going to go back inside and wait for FedEx to show up, because I want to take a look at this EcoFlow solar generator. Okay, well, getting a check engine light here on the old green van. All my stuff is packed away somewhere, so I'm borrowing this here thingy. Ooh, we've got a fancy graphical interface. Okay, now that's interesting. So we have the misfire detection first 1,000 revolutions, but then there's a cylinder 4 misfire. Huh. Well, I'm gonna clear these, I guess, and see if they come back. And then if they do, we might have to pull the doghouse back off this and see what's going on. But we've got new coil packs and new spark plugs, so yeah, interesting. Uh-oh. I'm getting the faint whiff of coolant smell. I wonder if the intake on this thing is starting to have issues. They had that on some of these vans. This thing does have 101,000 miles on it now, which is right in the time period. Well, I'm gonna have to run the VIN number and see if it's affected by that, I guess. See if there's any TSBs or recalls on that. I don't think they ever did a recall on the plastic intakes, but there's definitely some technical service bulletins. Looks like our gutter got stopped up. Let's see if I can blow through this and clear it. Back away. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess that's a good place to leave a delivery, outside in the rain. So apparently delivery drivers just leave stuff out in the rain nowadays. Yeah, look at that water. I don't know if I'm supposed to complain about this or what, but let's take a look and see if our jeans get soaked or not. Hopefully they're inside a plastic bag. Yeah, I bought some jeans from Old Navy. Oh, okay, they're in plastic. Excellent. Okay, looks like we're good. Cool. I don't know, I guess it's the holiday season and then labor shortages and whatnot. I was waiting for that EcoFlow solar generator thing to be delivered. It was supposed to be, well, originally it said it was gonna be delivered Sunday, then it changed to Monday, then it didn't show up. And today is Tuesday, and I just got a notification saying it's gonna be delayed. So I called them, and they were like, oh yeah, we don't know when it's gonna be delivered. So I asked if they could redirect it to one of the facilities so I could go and pick it up. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that. So anyways, I guess that means shorter video than usual. A video is better than no video. This afternoon though, I did manage to get more curtains installed in the bus. I guess we could take a look at that real quick. So I did manage to move those seats. They were up there previously, but I got some more curtain tracking installed. The old ones ended just back there, and these will stretch all the way up to the front. Actually, yeah, they'll go all the way up to that front pillar up there. I do need to trim them out though, because I don't want them near the fireplace. I think what I'm going to wind up doing is build a little tunnel around the back of the fireplace that's about the same height, just so that anything can't get back there and whatnot. And probably going to wind up trimming these so they're a foot shorter, because the windows are 3 feet tall and the curtains that I'm using, or drop cloths, are 4 feet tall. So yeah, sewing machines and stuff. But yeah, starting yesterday, which was the first day after Halloween, all the Christmas ads are now on TV and the internet and everywhere else. So I guess shipping and stuff is just delayed because of that. I don't know, it's a little bit interesting. Right now, like Panda Express and McDonald's are offering signing bonuses of like fairly substantial amounts. It makes me want to go work at McDonald's or something. Yeah, anyways, so we're gonna call that good for today. Live stream will be on Thursday as per usual, and hopefully that battery bank solar generator thing shows up tomorrow and I can screw around with it. But anyways, I will see you Thursday, if not sooner. Probably Thursday though. Yeah. Later.